All right, let's get this bad boy going. What do you say now? Let's have some fun because we have a fun basketball squad.
The process of elimination has begun.
Hello, yes,
It's begun.
You want to share? You want to share that?
Yeah.
Let me do that now. Know that we got a couple people watching. Appreciate that. Let's go. Talking Sixers to start. Let's go. Nope, not Talking Sixers to Brian Startari. Talking Sixers to start. Shout out B-Star. Good man. Let's see here. I want to get
He's a good man.
Yeah, absolutely. You know Brian Startari?
I know the name. I've heard the name.
Yeah, he used to talk sports on WIP and, of course, The Fanatic as well. All right, so we're up. We're up and running. We got the podcast going. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Brace, Ant Mazziotti to my left. Tony Jigsaw Cotillo is
I got a new one. Wow, that was loud.
And we're off.
That was even louder than I am.
My bad. And we're off and running. And Adrian Fedke. And
I don't get a blowhorn.
You don't get no blowhorn.
Damn it.
No.
Well, you get a blowhorn, but
yes.
You get this. You get
There
the
you go.
bullhorn. You get the bullhorn.
I get the Jimmy Hart. I get the Jimmy Hart.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Yeah, I'm already getting out of the way. No wine tonight, so we're going to be good.
Thank God.
But we have we got ourselves one hell of a basketball team to talk about, so I'm looking forward to do that. Before we do that, obviously I got some buttons here that I need to hit. Shout out to the sponsors, man, that are doing things at PhillyHamster.com. We're hoping to be doing a lot more, but Skull Shaver, as always. You hear them. Everybody's doing it with the radios. I mean, Preston or Steve from Preston and Steve. You got Ike. The Ike Juice is hitting the Skull Shaver. I think they even got John Marks doing live reads for Skull Shaver. My man's got hair. As a matter of fact, they got the hair plugs.
Skull Shaver.
So shout out to Skull Shaver. 90 seconds or less. Trust me when I tell you that. Buy a Skull Shaver for the bald man in your life. Father's Day around the corner. Man's birthday. Whatever. He will love that gift right there. And of course, my good friend Colin Good Team Sells. Check him out, man. Real estate. He's got a bunch of great, beautiful properties around the area, whether it's downtown all the way to the main line. It doesn't matter. I know it says your Manayunk area real estate connection. But if you're looking for a real estate agent that knows what he's doing, this is my guy. I bought my house that we're currently sitting in from him. Shout out my good friend Colin Good at thegoodteamsells.com. If you want to get in touch with him, please. Nice and easy. He's on Facebook and, of course, thegoodteamsells.com. All right, good stuff as always, boys. I look forward to talking all things 76ers. We got NFL draft coming tomorrow. It's great. Isn't it great when you win the Super Bowl that you don't give a damn? I don't know if that's wrong, but I just didn't. And, of course, the Sixers. And, of course, the Flyers.
It's the Sixers. Yeah,
it is the Sixers.
We don't even care about the draft.
It's not
now.
the Super Bowl.
Nobody's even talked about the
You're
draft.
telling me it's the Sixers. It's not the fact that we won the Super Bowl. That I don't care about the draft.
Well, it's both, definitely, because you're picking at 32, and there's not as much hype around 32 as it is in picking in the top 10. When you're picking top 10, you're studying the tape, you're looking at the film, you're breaking it all down for months and months and months. But right now, like, does anybody really care? Is anybody really invested in it? We're invested in the Sixers.
Yeah, we are.
I think it's all Sixers. It's all Sixers. That's why we don't care about the
like
draft.
75, 80%.
It's the
Sixers.
same way why we didn't know anything about Gabe Kapler and the Phillies, because we were all caring about the Eagles, right? So nobody really cares because we're winning, which is great.
Yeah, I think there's definitely something to do with the 32. 32 overall, because now we're talking like, man, what if they trade out? You watch that whole draft day, whole draft night, Thursday night, and then they trade out, which I'm not mad if they do. Again, I pulled this up, and we're going to get into we're obviously going to talk football at the end. But this, I just want to show this, and I hope I have it. Let's put that right there. Yeah, there's the draft order, ladies and gentlemen. There's the draft order. And just enjoy that for a second. Philadelphia Eagles are at the bottom, 32.
And it's in Dallas, so you're going to hear it. Well, we may not hear it now if they trade back, but with this 32nd pick.
32nd
The
overall.
Super Bowl champion.
Super Bowl champion.
Philadelphia Eagles
Will
select.
they be announced as the Super Bowl champions regardless if they pick in the first round or not? So if they pick, like, let's say they trade down to 39 or something, will they announce the 39th pick to the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles
so.
or no?
Probably won't be as big of an audience in the second or third round. But
David Akers is announcing the second and third pick, right?
Yes.
The first pick is going to be the commissioner.
Yes.
And then the second and third rounds is
second round.
Second round is Akers. Third is somebody else.
What do you think about Akers?
You think Akers is a good enough
I
hype
was
man
hoping
to
it
get
was
that
going
out?
to be Dawkins.
How's that be Akers? How's a kicker get the kick? I mean, get the pick.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I know.
listen, no disrespect to David Akers.
Well, there's a
but-
little disrespect.
Not a little.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
know,
kicker.
well,
But
yeah.
at the
Kickers are people too, Tone.
Jigsaw.
You know, give him something. How about like Seth Joyner?
All right.
All right, somebody's got a little heart. Like I know Akers did have heart, but I mean, I just want to see it.
He's a kicker. How do you know
big
if he has
defensive
Especially
guy
last
up
year
there,
after
you know what I
Drew
mean?
Pearson. Go back to
Yeah,
Drew Pearson a little bit.
but with the history with the Cowboys, you want somebody that goes back beyond David Akers in my eyes. You want somebody from the other era.
You want someone
You know-
from the Buddy Ryan era.
Yeah, you know, and he slid into that era, you know. So that's what even like Trotter would have been a better pick than me.
All right. Well,
I don't know.
Akers needs the money too, you know. So they sent him down there. You know, I mean, it's honest. It's honest. You know, it's
That's true.
Hey,
That's
it's
true.
a gig. So shout out David Akers going down to represent.
No
the
hating on
Eagles.
Dave.
Yeah.
Just give him my
You
opinion.
went after Donnie Jones when he retired, and now you're going after kickers.
Oh, damn, well, Donnie Jones means nothing to me.
And
so.
did he get picked up or no?
Yeah, what was that about? But that was an underlying issue, huh?
Yeah, he unretired.
He unretired to go with
Yeah.
the Oakland
think
Raiders, I thought.
I think he
must
saw
have
the
heard
writing
you.
on the wall and just was
Did he
figured
sign
he'd
with the
get
Raiders?
out
That's
before.
what
Okay.
I think. We have to look at that, but
Yeah.
I thought he went somewhere with the Raiders, which is really odd the way that happened.
All right, we're going to come back. Obviously, we're going to touch on the NFL draft, but we got to talk about our team 76ers, man, and what they're doing and how they just eliminated the Miami Heat in 5 games. And I want to start off by showing you Ben Simmons' numbers for the 5 games. Let's start with Ben Simmons here. And my man averaged 18.2 points per game in his first taste of playoff NBA basketball versus a veteran-savvy Miami Heat squad with a pretty good coach in Eric Spoelstra, who's won, championships before, and it has Pat Riley in the back. So they know what type of game plan they're going to cook up. A decent team. I'm not trying to make them out to be world beaters, but a team that I thought could put up a pretty good fight. No pun intended. They did put up a fight, but Ben Simmons goes out there, 18.2 points per game, 10.6 rebounds per game, 9 assists, 2.4 steals. I mean, dude, are you kidding me? Ben Simmons, first taste of NBA playoff basketball, and he gives us that? Holy shit. That's all I can say.
And it was what he did in Game 4 that really impressed me, because that was the game where the Eagles were kind of stuck in quicksand.
The Sixers.
See? Sixers. See,
Nice.
I'm thinking
Sixers.
draft.
Nice work by
I'm
you.
thinking draft.
Get a new final fact here.
Sixers. Sixers. Game 4. So they're struggling. They're struggling from the field. Joel Embiid off day. And what does Ben Simmons do? 2 points at halftime. In the second half, takes over the game. 15 of his 7 points. Took the most shot attempts in the second half as well. 7 of 10 from the field. Took over that game. And that's what we've been wanting to see, too. Take over the game.
Yeah.
Be the number one overall
And that
pick.
was game 4 you're talking about, right?
I believe that was Game 4.
Game
yeah.
4 when he drove down the lane and jammed it in those
Yes.
spots. Dude, I
Yes.
mean, and you and honestly, I'm going to say this. You ready? This is up there with the hot take. This is
Here
up
we
there with
go.
the hot
I know
take.
where he's going.
This is what-
I think I know where he's going to.
No,
I do.
Do you?
I don't.
I-
Okay,
LeBron
good.
wouldn't
We're
take
going
that
LeBron.
shot.
We're going LeBron's
You would
all.
pass that ball?
And at the beginning, I'm not trying to say that like Bron deserves criticism in year 1 for this, but there was a time at the end of his Cleveland career, the first time, he still would refuse to drive to the basket, and everybody felt like, dude, nobody could stop you. Nobody could stop you. Just go to the basket and dunk on fools.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons, his first year. Second year, I know we can argue about that.
First year.
And he's just slowly, as the season went on, you just saw it. He's got the eye of the tiger. I mean, it's as simple as that. He's going to the rim. He knows nobody can stop him. Mike Wilbon said it, or Kornheiser, or one of those two said it on PTI today. They said, I bet you Ben Simmons thinks that he's the best player in the league.
That wouldn't
That
shock
he
me.
thinks that.
No doubt.
Right now.
Shock me as well.
Absolutely.
You need that.
How amazing. Dude,
You need that.
It's amazing those numbers he put up. Hell yeah.
You need that. Actually, my favorite thing about Ben Simmons, his composition, man. He got decked, and you think a rookie would pop up pissed off that he got decked last night. He popped up like nothing happened, got away.
I completely agree.
Yeah, his
Completely
composition.
agree.
He is so cool under pressure. It's ridiculous.
And his poise was
Nothing gets to him.
unbelievable. I mean, everybody was drawing at each other, and he's the only guy walking away and just saying in his mind, "That's all right. I'm gonna come right back." He remember when he got his he fell down, hit his tailbone, popped right back up.
Yeah.
Started walking. I'm like, this guy's for real.
Yep. And this is
Took that hit like a running back.
look. You
Yeah, he
remember
did.
Morris from middle of the season? They got into it. Whatever. Kyle Lowry, I'll meet in the back. Whatever. Then you have Johnson. That just happened in the Miami Heat. Whatever. Gets slapped in the back of the head last night. Doesn't care. Which, oh, by the way,
By
I have
Gordon.
I have a huge problem.
Ross. Oh, here we go.
Why? No, I'm
Dragic.
good. Yeah. Why didn't the refs check? Like, why didn't they review that? Why didn't they review that?
I don't know.
Like-
I don't know the reviewing
They
rules and all
review
that.
everything.
To be honest with you,
And anytime it's like a fight or anything like that,
I know it's under 2 minutes. They review. They can review
Sure.
the out of bounds calls and things of that nature.
But this is fighting.
Right.
They can review that whenever, and they always do. But this guy slaps in the back of the head, should be throwing up because I saw Crowder throw an elbow the night before he got tossed. That was a blatant, on purpose slap to the back of the head. He should have been tossed out of the game.
I don't think he should have been tossed.
Should have been tossed.
Nah.
He threw a punch.
I would have given a flag. That's not a punch.
That's a punch.
That wasn't a punch.
What?
It-
Dude, he slapped you in the
That's
back
like
of
a
the head.
love tap. And you know what? Seriously, maybe a flagrant one, but not a punch. That's not a punch.
That's the equivalent of a punch
No,
to those European
listen,
players.
that's the equivalent of Dwayne Wade taking Justin Anderson's arm and throwing him to the ground in what was it, game 3?
You're so
So
disrespectful.
I'm just saying. I mean, come on. And it's what's Gordon drop? Whatever.
I'm gonna
He
give you-
means nothing.
Give
to
you the
me.
JoJo uppercut.
Nothing to me.
I'm going to give you the JoJo uppercut.
Yeah,
joke.
the James Johnson double close.
There's another guy, James Johnson.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop.
And Ben didn't flinch on any of those situations, and whether they wanted to toss him or not, we could disagree on that. But I was frustrated about that. But back to Ben Simmons and just what's happening, man. It's just I just hope we understand what we're watching.
And
right
that
now.
quiet demeanor got so misconstrued earlier on in his career. They thought because he's quiet that he doesn't have that killer instinct.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen it. We've seen it.
No, he's definitely got the killer
He's
instinct.
got it.
And I have to, for the record, I got to state, we all remember this, and I've already been reminded on several attempts that I was the big proponent of trading Ben Simmons for Paul George.
I remember that.
At one time, that was when he was hurt. We didn't know who he was going to be. But God, thank God nobody listens to me in
Yeah,
the NBA.
seriously.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because, God, woo.
Jigsaw.
That would have been bad.
Jigsaw.
I'm willing to, I admit it. It's all
It's all
good.
right. That's all right. And you know what? Paul George might end up in a 76ers uniform next year.
Yes, he could.
You know that? And
Yes, he could.
I want to say that as well. I have that written down. I was going to say that for later, and we'll continue with this Ben Simmons and the 76ers, what they're doing. But free agency, like, why? Why talk about LeBron right now? Why talk about anybody that's available? Like, leave free agency for what it is. Free agency when we get there.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about Paul George. I don't want to talk about LeBron.
Kawhi.
Kawhi. I just, no. People are asking, would you trade that? No. I don't want to trade Dario Saric. I don't want to trade Markelle Fultz. I don't want to trade anybody. I just want to get through this playoff run because I think something special is going on right here. Yeah. This team is ready to go and eliminated Miami in 5 games. They possibly could begin next round on Saturday if Boston goes ahead and wins the next game, as they won last night over Milwaukee. But, you know, look, I don't care about free agency and nothing like that. And for all Sixers fans, I don't think you should either. It should all be about this run right now and enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah, enjoy it. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's been forever that we've had playoff basketball. Now you guys
crowd
have,
is on fire,
Yeah.
red hot. Enjoy it.
I thought we were a little subdued last night. I thought
It was kind of well the Heat were playing that methodical style. It was kind of an ugly first half. Both teams shot
Low
under
score,
Both teams
yep.
shot under 40% from the field. So it took until the second half for the Sixers to kind of wake up. It was that Dragic play that woke them up, and it was the same thing that happened in Game 4. So you had the Winslow incident where he sits on Ersan. They go on a 14-0 run after that. And then last night with Dragic, they go on a 9-0 run after that. So anytime that they get tested with the physicality, they respond to it.
yeah.
I think it's exactly what they needed. Honestly, I mean, just to get that, you know, in your face, tough opponent that toughens them up. This is playoff basketball,
Yeah.
and let's face it, that's the reason why Markelle Fultz is not playing.
Sure.
right? Because he's just not ready,
He's not
and that's
better,
fine.
He's not better than DJ McConnell in that role right
Exactly.
now.
He's just
Yeah,
not
yep,
ready.
yep.
So it's a different caliber of basketball. It's a different caliber of play. And I'm glad that they took it to us because that's just going to help us, in the next round.
They got tested in so many different
They
ways.
did.
Even that game 4, 27 turnovers. Are you serious?
27.
And they win.
And they still
the game.
win.
They found a way to win the game.
It's ridiculous.
So you're winning ugly. You're winning pretty. You're winning all sorts of different ways. Playoff tested already.
Shout out JJ Redick last night as I have the box score up from last night. 27 points.
How about JJ?
Yeah.
Team on
Playing unlike JJ, too. Going to the hole hard.
Yeah.
You didn't see that with the Clippers.
He wanted it.
Exactly.
He let Brett Brown ring the bell too last
Yeah,
night. That was awesome.
That was a great respect.
That was a class
Awesome.
move.
Yeah, it was
All
class.
I mean, that picture right there, it's just, I want that honestly on the wall. You know, I'm not trying to get too crazy because it was one series, but like that picture right there brought me so much joy to post last night.
That was nice.
Is that I love being wet?
Yes, I love being wet.
I
yeah.
love
that
being
was in the
wet.
post-game press conference.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm wet. I'm a
I'm
little
wet.
wet."
I love being wet.
They
love
hit,
being
my
wet.
man. They hit everybody with chocolate milk,
Chocolate milk and water, man, right?
Nasty.
All right, we're replacing Embiid. We're putting that up there.
What, Brett Brown?
Sorry, Joe.
You want to? That's fine. My man Bill Strobel said he's like, I want to do more. I want to get Kelsey. Got to get Kelsey. on the
Oh,
wall.
wow,
Got to
Kelsey.
get Kelsey on the wall. I mean, that's
right.
legend.
Kelsey at the podium.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you could give me that
No
picture
doubt.
right there, Markelle Fultz. This team, they're lions now, man. They're out for blood.
Lions.
I mean,
Actually,
Yes.
I have
actually hyenas.
I have something on that.
What?
Do you guys I know they haven't won a playoff series in a while, and I'll irk. Do you think maybe they blew their load a little bit? Like
Whoa,
maybe.
whoa.
Now listen. Yo,
Hold up.
no, but but seriously,
What?
think about it. With like, I don't know how better to word that. No, but like, think about it.
One more time. Blue what?
He's not married yet.
Oh, I love it.
So-
I love it.
No,
Yeah.
like with how they celebrated and everything after winning one playoff series. Are you
No.
a little worried that they're
No.
overreacting? They're gonna. Not
No.
saying they're going to overlook the Celtics or the Bucks,
First of all,
but like,
I love your question.
That's
I
it.
want to say this because every playoff baseball, it's you could just bank on it. Someone's going to bitch and complain about these guys showering, after the wild card. Oh my God, they're spraying champagne in each other, dude. It's a long season. Long season. These guys have been grinding since the summertime together. Some even longer than that. And now we're not even talking about the previous years of just disgusting basketball, 10 wins, whatever. We're talking just this year alone, the camaraderie and what it takes to get through a season, and then you have success. I have no problem. If those guys wanted to rage last night and go out to AC with McMillan and Kevin Hart, I have no problem. As long as they're ready to go for the game one, second round, which they will be, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, and I
That's fair.
definitely think that the 10 wins 2 years ago definitely had something to do with it. I shout out to Kyle Newbeck. He had a tweet out that Rich Hoffman asked T.J. McConnell a question about the 10 wins, and McConnell was dead serious. He's like, that was a hard-fought 10-win season, by the way, too.
They sucked.
They were
They
awful.
were
Suck for a long
terrible.
time.
Awful.
And how about the now? I watched. Did you watch the local or national?
Local
I
broadcast.
watched the national. I watched the TNT feed, and I always do that. I like to watch the national. Then I'll watch the game back. I had to put a replay on NBC Sports.
Yeah.
So the thing that bothered me was, I don't know if any of you guys watched it, but they scanned up Brian Colangelo, and the first thing they say, okay, is like, oh, there's Brian Colangelo. He put this team together. He got all these guys. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? Like, really? Like, what did he really do?
Well,
everything he did, though, was because of what Hinkie did, correct?
and that's fair. Look, you can't blame Brian Colangelo. What you can blame is Jerry Colangelo and the league and the owners for saying,
Okay.
Sam, you got to go.
I get it.
Don't blame Brian
But here's the
Colangelo.
question. 2008, the Phillies win the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we all know Pat Gillick was in that role. And what does Pat Gillick say? Hey, listen, this was that Wade's team. I just got him over. Now, you think if we win, Brian Colangelo says this was Sam Hinkie's team? Hell no.
Absolutely not.
He's not even giving 1 ounce of credit to Sam Hinkie, and he didn't do anything
Here's what I will
except
say,
bring over those couple
Here's
guys.
what I will say, though. Ersan Ilyasova, Marco Bellinelli, huge pickup.
Wait a
got
minute.
those.
Huge pickup.
Wait a minute, though.
Because
Because
came.
why?
because they were like 24th, 25th in bench scoring.
Guess what?
And they
They
got that
chose
punch.
to come here.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
They could have went anywhere.
I get that.
But still, you never know what happens behind
So-
those walls. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
but the reason why they came here is because of
Hang
what
on.
we
Hang
had.
on. You can't not give Brian Colangelo
I'm
credit
not for that.
Yes, you can't.
Well,
He
because
signed him. He signed him.
I understand he signed him, but
What
it
did he do,
wasn't like
sit on his
he
hands?
ripped them
It's not
away.
like he went to another
right?
playoff team. He didn't go to any other playoff team.
They had many
I
options.
hear you. And that was
Right?
a beautiful thing.
They had many options.
Bellinelli was like, no, I want to go play for
Right.
the 76ers. It was
And
great.
that they
And
came
Ersan.
here because of what we built. Well, not we, but what Hinkie built.
Yeah, no, there's
Okay, that was the point about the process. Everybody loses sight of that.
no, absolutely no.
When I hear no credit, and I get it, they kind of, I guess, for lack of a better term, they blackball him, so to speak, like they do with Barry Bonds because of the roids in the baseball. But I mean, this guy,
Sam Hinkie is on roids, isn't he?
well, oh, you know what I mean.
Hell yeah.
Yo, if he's on roids,
Yes.
yeah, I'll look at that. Yeah, well, you know, listen,
That's me and Sam Hinkie too.
at the airport,
Two good-looking bald brothers right there.
Is he on Skull Shaver?
one on roids and one on.
I tweeted him. Matter of fact, when we met during this little, because I was on my way to Aruba, he was on his way to Golden State. Sixers were playing that night, and I spoke to him, and I swear to God, I was like, I tweeted you last night about the Skull Shaver. He's like, oh, that was you? What? And he said he clicked it, and he said for the last 6 hours since he's been on his laptop, everywhere he goes, Skull Shaver ads are following him.
Are you serious?
Swear to God, yeah.
That is too
and I'm
funny.
like, and I said to him, I go, Sam, dude, do me a favor. Yo, when I met him, it was the only thing I took away from it was like, damn, he's young. He's young. Like he was very very down to earth, very cool. Like, hey, man, very cool. How'd you notice me? All that. But I said, yeah, go
man.
ahead. I follow you. I'll DM you, or you DM me. I'll send you a skull
He deserves a trophy,
He deserves a damn
statue.
Skull Shaver. That's
He
what
deserves a
deserves.
statue.
Yeah.
Build
I
it.
love it.
I'm
Build
serious.
Build it next to Kelsey.
I'm with you, but here's the deal. You're not wrong. You're 100% right. My thing is, Brett Brown has given Sam credit a couple times at the podium this year.
Brett has.
Yes, he has.
Yes.
Brian Colangelo hasn't really spoke all that much either.
Yeah, but
So
he's
when-
not that kind of guy.
I agree with you.
You know
And
what I
I
mean?
also I put myself in Brian Colangelo's situation. I would show love to Sam, but I'm not going out of my way every single time I grab a microphone to say I'm not here because of Sam. I'm just not doing that.
No, I'm not saying, but
We're talking about
but
big
tell me what
egos.
honestly, to this point, what is Colangelo's mark? What's his mark on this team? Think about it.
The Fultz trade.
Didn't
Well,
he technically
which
land
is still the
Simmons?
jury's out, correct?
Sure.
Right? So you can't say,
To a
oh,
point.
that was a great trade, because
No.
look at the way Tatum's playing.
Tatum's playing great.
So we can't really. So besides that,
And we don't know how the picks work out, whatever.
right, exactly. And besides Bellinelli and Ilyasova having other options, whether he got them or not, besides that,
He got J.J. Redick for $23 million.
I think anybody could have
He,
thrown that money at him,
yeah, I
right?
think
He
so, too.
technically drafted
Hey,
Simmons, didn't he?
Fenku could have got it with his bad phone. He could have signed.
Yeah, he was in all
I
the
mean,
I will say this.
But
I
If you
feel
really
Jonah
want to,
Bolden's
if you really
gonna
want to
be a
split hairs,
stud.
he drafted
I
Ben
like Jonah
Simmons.
Bolden.
I like Jonah Bolden.
Sure,
He
sure.
knows Noel with a jump
You
shot.
have
Yeah,
to
I
give
do
him
like
credit
him.
for Ben Simmons. You do, but I
Colangelo gets credit for Ben Simmons?
he did
Technically,
pull the trigger.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely
Why?
did. He picked him.
He could have picked Ingram.
Oh, you
Oh wait. You mean to tell me you didn't say Ingram?
Ingram?
Did you not? Say
No.
Ingram? Did you say Ingram over?
I
Simmons?
never said Ingram.
Did you
Oh,
say
no,
Ingram
no,
over
no.
Simmons? There were people that said
No, I wasn't.
I thought
on that.
Ingram
I
was
on
too
the Ben
small.
Simmons train.
Okay.
I was
there were
on that.
there-
Yeah, I thought it was
I
too
would
small.
say that like 25% said Ingram.
Yeah, I would even say.
Yeah, I wasn't.
There was
it had to
there
be
was
Ben.
a percent of the
So I
population,
think
a good amount.
I don't think that it was a hard pick at all. Ben
Hell no.
Simmons.
No.
I don't either.
No.
But he gets credit for that. You have to give him credit. You have to. You
tough,
have
man.
to.
It's tough.
I'm with you.
Because I just look and say,
it was it was Simmons tanking that got him there.
Danny
Hey.
Ainge took Jason Tatum. They said Markel
Stud.
Fultz was the
Yeah.
consensus one, and he traded back.
Again,
So it's not always, slam dunk.
I don't think anybody's wrong here.
No, but-
I get it. And last
it's just
point-
stuff that irks me. That's all when
I
I,
love
watch
it.
it.
Jigsaw.
That's all.
Yeah, Jigsaw. Hashtag.
Jigsaw is irked. I love it. Okay, no, look, and I think if the Sixers were to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, or I'm not going to say next round, whatever, but we're going to move on from that. I think Brian Colangelo would say, Sam deserves a ton of credit for setting us up with what we did. And he gets that out of the way, and he doesn't have to say it next year. He doesn't have to say it the year after that. You just say it at the end of this year, whatever happens, whenever the Sixers are eliminated or they win the trophy, which possibly could happen, folks. Believe that.
How crazy is
Believe
that?
that. Do we think the Sixers can win a championship?
This year,
Yes.
I'm going to say no.
Do you-
But I think they can get to the
Give
finals.
me the percentage.
15, 20%.
Give me the percentage.
That they win
Win it all.
75%.
You say 75%.
really?
They win it.
I'll tell you why.
State.
Yes, I'll tell you why when
I'm
you're
gonna come
done.
to you. Go, give me a number.
33%.
That they can win it all. I'm like over 50. I'm like 55% chance that they can win it all.
Listen, I feel it, and I just think nobody.
Are we out of our damn minds?
Even Golden State has no answer for JoJo. None. Who is?
Well, man,
let's
Draymond
think
got
about it.
weapons
But
all
I
over
get
the
it.
place.
I get it. But what I'm saying though is, who are they facing? Like JoJo, besides LaMarcus Aldridge, right? Who's
we got so many guys.
I
that we
get
have to
it,
guard.
but think about
Yeah.
it. We finally
And
have
Houston
a
could be in
bench.
that final
Did,
two.
like who's guarding Curry? Who's guarding Durant?
Is Curry back yet?
next
Well, he
series?
will be back
Okay.
by
Next
then.
series, yeah, he'll be back next series.
Here's
Who's
the thing.
guarding all these guys?
But here's the thing: who says it's going to be Golden State?
Yeah, it could be
I
Houston.
still think it's Houston.
and
could be
Houston, they got a shot again.
Well, that's what I still
But
think it's
I
Houston.
I don't think it's going to be Houston. I know how Houston operates and how those D'Antoni teams
Look,
operate.
You're obviously.
Those teams can shoot. Those teams can score.
Listen, man.
And-
We
But-
all were
but
saying
once-
the same thing
aren't,
about the Eagles with Nick Foles.
No, and that's fair.
Aren't the Sixers the best defensive team in the league right now? Can
Yeah.
someone fact check
Yeah,
that?
no, they said it last night during the broadcast.
Yep.
Well, they're the number one team that's playing right now.
Yes.
Still defense.
Oh yeah, that's something
So that
gets,
should match
that's-
up well
that's-
against the Rockets
That's
if they can shoot
something.
and score.
That's something that does get overlooked sometimes. Is their defense?
No
For
question.
the Sixers.
No question. I just want to leave it at this: that there are four of us sitting here. We try. We work hard to know sports, and we all gave the Sixers a chance to win it all this year.
Yeah.
And whether you said 15% or not, and you said 30 what?
33.
Yeah.
1-3.
75.
I know I'm high.
I'm. Yeah.
But you know what it is, though?
Hello.
It's when you watch the game.
You got any more?
and you never feel like
smoke?
they're out of it. What's that?
You said I
no,
know I'm high.
seriously.
I mean, they
You don't
play,
feel like they're
they
out of it
play
at all.
Like a dominant team.
Yes.
They step on your throat
Yes.
in the third quarter. They come back from even game
Yes.
2. They almost came
Yep.
back from that 20-point deficit. I mean, and when they win, it's authoritative.
Yes.
Yeah.
30-point wins.
If
20-point wins.
all they need to do is figure out a way to not get stuck up on that curl route when they come out on the defense, and they kind of seem like they get lost right there. Besides that, I mean, they seem like they can do whatever they want at any time.
I'm not scared one bit of Boston, and Boston has home court. I think the Sixers can run Boston off the court. Milwaukee scares me because I think they got the Giannis is nasty. They've beaten Milwaukee, or Milwaukee's beaten the
Yeah.
Sixers. So I just
So is this where we go around the horn, pick who we want to play?
yeah, I think let's do that because the next round right now, let me pull this up. You have Boston and Milwaukee. Obviously, they played last night, and the Celtics came away winning Game 5, 92-87, and now the series is 3-2. Celtics heads back to Milwaukee. They play tomorrow night. Could very well be eliminated tomorrow night. Next thing you know, it's Boston. They got the home floor. I want just home court, Adrian.
Give me the
I just want to
hashtag.
start 1 and 2. That's it. Give me the home court.
I'm with you. And as dominant as the Sixers have been at home, they've only lost twice at home since Christmas. That includes the playoffs. Wow. So you get 4 games in 7. You know that you're going to win the series against Milwaukee. I think they match up a little bit better with them because of the way that both teams are fast-paced, running up and down the floor. Boston's going to kind of muck it up a little bit, kind of like Miami. I think, obviously the Sixers can beat both of them. But I'd rather play the Bucks at home. Give me the home court advantage. It's kind of that simple for me.
I think I agree. You want the home court advantage, but but still, and I look at both these teams. I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not
It
scared of
doesn't
Al
matter.
Horford.
I'm not
Stop.
scared- I'm not
Al
scared of them
Horford
either.
should be in a nursing home right now. I'm not worried about him, and I'm not worried about Milwaukee.
The only person I'm scared of on Boston is Brad Stevens.
Well, that I agree with. Oh, hold on, I gotta give a shout out to my man Jim. He gave us a couple comments, and he hashtag Jigsaw is irked.
Jigsaw.
I like that. Our man Jim's always following us. Thanks, buddy.
Jigsaw Cotillo coming for your tape.
Oh man, I might have to change that. I might have to change that.
Love it.
Love it. But yeah, definitely home field, home court. Obviously, the Brad Stevens thing is a great point, but I'm not scared of either of them. Bring them on.
Looking around the other games, and this one is going tonight. Yeah. So you got you got to talk into the microphone. Oh, okay.
You're speaking.
Yeah, but we're doing a show.
I know. I'm talking in his ear. All right,
Was
fine.
that-
Is that talking or
Was
whispering?
that in his ear?
Yeah, it was. All right, so here's
I'm
what
the
I
one
was
with the
saying.
loud voice.
So here's what I was saying. All right,
That
so,
was in his ear?
Yes, it was. I don't even remember what I did now.
Oh my lord!
Why are you yelling?
That was directed at his
Yelling.
ear. It wasn't
Yelling.
in
It's
his
getting red.
So all right. So he goes, totally agree, Tony. Almost anyone would have chosen Simmons, Ilyasova, and Bellinelli came here based on the talent that was assembled with Hawks assets. Colangelo needs to do something with these future picks and cap space if he wants to get more credit. Now,
Yes.
I'm not giving him huge amount of credit because I'm not a big Colangelo guy, but you got to give him some credit for Marco and Ilyasova.
I give him no credit for that.
He is
I
the
wouldn't
man
say-
that's signing him to contracts. He has to get credit.
You
Oh,
can
all right,
say,
he gets
okay,
a
you can
1%.
say, okay, yes,
Because he signed. I could get a piece of paper and sign
It's
a
a lot
contract.
easier to get these guys being on a good team. Yes, I agree with that. But I mean,
How about the fact that he didn't fire Brett Brown?
Nah,
Deserve credit for that?
I think he wanted to wait it out. I mean,
Well, if he was listening to Jigsaw, he would have canned his ass.
hey, what did I say?
What?
But what did I say?
What?
He will be remembered about what he does in the playoffs, right? And that's how he's going to be judged. So as of now, I'm on the Brett Brown wagon.
I
Yes.
love it. All right. Good.
All right.
You
Yes.
better be.
Okay.
You better be. It's as simple as that. All right.
All right, he gets a little
All right,
credit,
and
but
here's
it's
what I'll-
very
and
minor.
Here's what I'll say too.
He's still living off his dad's.
I told this is another one I told you in your ear.
What's that?
Jonah Bolden's going to be. Really
Yeah, I
good.
like Jonah.
Jonah Bolden.
I like Jonah.
Jonah Bolden is Nerlens Noel with a jump shot. That's what he is.
And where's he at? He's across
he's
seas,
across overseas.
right? He's going to come next year?
He's
I
like
think so.
he's like a Dario.
He's a 6'10" guy who
He's never coming over.
Yes,
Yeah.
hashtag Jonah's never coming over.
Who's never coming over.
He can switch on the pick and roll and defend you on the perimeter. He's an interior defender and rim protector. He's a guy that's going to shoot like corner threes. So think a little Serge Ibaka with
Yeah, hold on real fast, because my boy Jim's right on it. Colangelo is signing the veteran minimum deals for the rest of the season. You or I could do that. Exactly.
Okay, but we're talking about
No.
But we're
Hashtag no
okay,
credit.
How many playoff teams are there?
No
There's
credit.
16 of them. They could have went to any of them,
Right. They could have.
and Colangelo poached them from
No.
them, and
No.
he got them here.
He didn't do anything. They
I-
wanted to come here.
Wait a minute. He had a connection.
They wanted to come here because
Yes.
of the situation and Colangelo.
Colangelo, wait a minute.
They
wait,
want
wait,
to come
wait,
here
wait.
gotta
because
give
of
him-
Colangelo.
Hang on, hang on.
You got to give him.
Yeah,
some,
yeah.
See, there's a difference between saying no
here-
credit and some credit.
Get that
I'm giving
horn
him
out.
Some credit.
Look.
I'm giving him some credit,
No,
not
the-
no credit.
Okay, I'll give him
There's a
credit
difference between the two.
for picking up a
You're saying
phone.
no credit, and he's saying no credit, but I'm saying some.
No,
credit.
so you see, this is the winner. You ready?
Yes.
Marco Bellinelli, was he not? He played for Brian
went to the
Colangelo.
Spurs.
He already played for him, so they had a relationship. I'm 99% sure. So that had something to do with him coming here. As well.
So you
Didn't he
think?
play in San
Wait,
Antonio,
well,
though?
hold
With-
on.
with
I thought it was
Greg
So
Popovich?
if Sam Hinkie's here, you mean to tell me that the odds are Bellinelli doesn't come here because Colangelo's not?
Don't know. I wouldn't say that. I just said I'm just saying you have to give Brian Colangelo credit.
I think you're grasping
Didn't
straws.
Colangelo sign Ilyasova last year when the Sixers were still processing?
Did they sign him or did they trade for him?
Yeah, they
They
traded.
traded
Yeah.
for him for.
He was-
that
yeah,
was the Grant.
Yeah, he was a throw-in.
Off the top of my head,
you
I
got,
thought I
you
hang on,
got
just wanna-
Ilyasova, and he fell in love with the city because Brian Colangelo acquired him for Jeremy.
Yeah,
Grant.
I don't know what it is. I need to look that up, but if somebody wants to help us out, that'd be huge too. But they crossed paths at one point. I remember hearing that during the broadcast. And Bellinelli was drafted by Golden State. I had no clue about that. Played for Toronto.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Then went to New Orleans, then Chicago, San Antonio.
He's been all
he's
over.
well-traveled.
Atlanta.
He's been
and
all
now
over.
now with the Sixers. So I'm pretty sure that they had crossed paths. So that had something to do with it. Again, let's not get carried away. I'm not trying to make something that's not there. I just think that, hey man, it's real easy for us to sit here and say from the outside that it's
Oh, of
just
course
on the
it
paper.
is.
He's kept it together. He didn't fire Brett Brown. He's. I'm sure they meet with these players on the inside every time they possibly can. I saw Colangelo. You're a big body language guy.
Yeah, you like the body
I
language.
saw Colangelo in the hallway
Okay.
when they came off the floor and they clinched the playoff spot during the regular season, and they were all hugs, dap, and mad.
BC.
genuine love for BC.
BC's
Collar
boys.
up, all up in here.
TJ McConnell that was hiding from him that ran up and sacked him. So
I think this offseason will prove it.
okay, and that's
All
fair.
right,
That's fair.
Let's see what he does this
I'm not a
offseason.
Colangelo fan, but I'm giving him some credit.
Yeah, I
it's
think
just
you got
about word.
Even though we don't want to talk about
all
that,
it is word choice.
we'll see this offseason.
All it is word choice.
That's fine. All right. Speaking of Sam Hinkie, was there a breaking point for you guys? Like one moment that you go back and you say to yourself, "Damn, like that hurt." Like that was the moment that I was like, "What are we doing? Is this right?" Or do you double down? Like, what was your one moment that you remember about these past 4 years? Or if you listen to Bill Wilbon, the process started 9 years ago. It's ridiculous. These guys talking
9
about it. But for me, I'll start, and it was 2 years ago. It was the Utah Jazz home opener, and I tell this story all the time. And if it was up to that was the biggest thing about the process and Sam Hinkie and everything that came with him is you had to have patience. And the 76ers, to their credit, and the fans did have patience for a pretty long while. He was here for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
And ultimately, Josh, the owner. Josh
O'Neil.
Thank you,
Josh Harris.
He said, "See ya," and they made moves. And but they gave it a long time to work out. It takes patience to do exactly what he did. But that home opener for the Jazz frustrated me that we lost by like 27 or 28 points. I left there. I was drunk as hell, and I was pissed off. And I was like, I'm never buying a damn New Jersey. I'm not buying anything Sixers because I want to win. And, like, I just would – it's the home opener. It was on TNT, and we got freaking embarrassed, and that hurt. And that would have been a really, really – like, to be honest with everybody, if I was in the organization, I might have lost my shit that year. And I don't know if we would have got Ben Simmons if I was in the organization. Yeah. I don't know. So it takes a little bit of craziness to get to where they had. They got the number one overall pick. Ben Simmons rolls in. Here we are. But I will be honest about it. That was my breaking point. I lost my mind that night. That was my one. Any other moments?
I'm going to say, for me, it was when Ben Simmons broke his foot or broke the bone in his foot. Because that was when I said to myself, you know what? Is this all worth it? Because we have a guy in Joel who, at that time, we didn't know he could play a full season. We didn't know how he was going to be. Now we have Ben. I mean, people were talking about Liz Frank injury, foot injury. Oh, my Lord. I mean, here we go again.
What was the name of the injury? The Jones fracture.
The Jones fracture. That's it.
The fifth metatarsal.
Yeah. I mean, so I started thinking to myself, wow, like we could have done all this for absolutely nothing. And that's when I started to think, you know what? Maybe this wasn't worth it. And luckily for us, everything worked out. But that was the time I was ready to break. That was the time I was ready to jump off the process and say, I'm done with this. We need to start doing something different.
See, that's a hard question for me to answer because the way I kind of look at it from the logic perspective, I'd rather be really, really bad or really, really good than be stuck in the middle and be stuck in that 7 to 8 seed, which is what they were pre-process. I mean, they came on the heels of that 2012 series where you beat the Chicago Bulls. You were the 8 seed. You remember that Andre Iguodala hitting those free throws, all that moment.
Standing up on the board.
Yeah,
on the desk.
All that good stuff. But I'm thinking to myself, man, like this team ain't going nowhere. Evan Turner, Iguodala, like just
even though they went 7 games against the Celtics.
Yeah, well, I was like, this team ain't winning a championship, and if they're going to continue to be 6, 7, 8 seeds each and every year, I mean, they're just going to keep getting knocked out in the playoffs in the first round. So you want to be really, really bad. So obviously, so you can acquire those assets, acquire those draft picks, so you can get a Joel Embiid, get a Ben Simmons. You got to get a little lucky with your draft picks and make sure that you can get in a draft where you're drafting number 1 for a generational type talent like a Ben Simmons. But breaking point, it was one of those things. It's just like you just stayed patient with it because even if it sucked and if it went to shit. You're like, all right, well, you went after it. You tried something different.
Yeah, and you look back at it, and I'll get yours. I mean, you look back at it now, and if you said, hey, here's Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, I'll suck for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest with you, I'll suck for 10 years.
Because think about it if you're the Lakers.
I'll take 100 wins in 10 years if you tell me at the end of that rainbow is Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons.
Because think about it this way. If you're not the number 1 pick in that Ben Simmons draft, it's Joel Embiid and Brandon Ingram, and all of a sudden, this is a completely different team.
Absolutely,
this is not a team that's. We're talking about 75% winning the NBA.
75%, baby.
All of a sudden, maybe you'd be saying 15 to 20%, like I'd be saying.
I might be an 80 at the end of this show. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
And you got a breaking point.
But yeah, it takes a lot of luck.
I don't know that I have like a pinpoint specific. I just know the one that comes to my mind. It happened really early on, and it didn't really break my back, but I was not a fan originally when they traded MCW. I was an MCW guy. I liked his style of play. And when they traded him, I was like, wow, why? He had just come off winning Rookie of the Year, and I believe when he was traded, he just came off. He just came off that, and I was like, kudos to him because is he even in the league anymore?
Yeah,
Bulls?
I was going to say Chicago.
I know he was there most recently, but kudos to them for seeing that he really wouldn't be a game changer, and there was no need to keep on to him. But at the time, I was like, "What the hell?"
But
why?
Sam came out and said, and look, you know, whether we see it now, and MCW isn't anything to write home about, but Sam did say Michael Carter Williams could play in this league, but I could not turn down that Lakers pick. That was it. That was the biggest thing. He could not turn down getting that high for a lottery ball, and he rolled the dice there, and ultimately got the pick. And I don't even want to go down that road. Do we have that pick? I don't know. I do know that this year, if we get the number 1 overall pick, it comes to us. And after 6, 7, 8, right? It's number 6, I believe.
Yeah, it's so wacky. I don't even know.
As I hit the
So
NFL
if I had to
list.
pinpoint one moment where I was really starting to question the process, it was very early on with that MCW trade.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I had a co-host at the time that was losing his mind. We did a show that day up at Jack Frost Big Boulder, and he was losing his shit over Sam Hinkie trading Michael Carter Williams. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't get it. I don't like. He was not believing in Sam Hinkie at that point, and he, a lot like you. Like, that's exactly how he felt. Yeah. Me, to the other hand, I was like, Michael Carter Williams isn't a game changer to me.
Yeah, and in a league where there's so many really good point guards, I mean, he was just kind of stuck in the middle there.
Yep.
I thought he was young and they were giving up on him too early. That's
Yeah.
That was my opinion at the time.
Jim Jackson says the way this has turned around so quickly, I've already forgotten about all the suffering. So that is true, man.
Wow.
I mean, the suffering has been tenfold over. It's been more than the last 3, 4, 5 years. I mean, you got to go back to the Johnny Davis year. You think about all the suffering we've done. I mean, it's unbelievable.
You guys see this one? The thing with everybody's name on it says "Trust the Process."
Yeah.
Every single player's name from the process on there.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's exciting times right now, and the 76ers are rolling, and I don't care who they play. Let's get it. Markelle Fultz, I had that written down. I'm not trying to get too crazy as we're 40 minutes into this bad boy, but I had a good conversation at the bar last night after the game, and I thought that what we saw, just a brief, like what did you see in those 10 games that Markelle Fultz played this year? Like, I don't have a problem with him playing right now. I'm okay with that. When Bellinelli and Ersan came here, I figured that's our scoring off the bench. I'm good with that. TJ's got a role. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with Markelle Fultz not playing in the playoffs. But in those 10 games that I did watch him at the end of the regular season, I think he averaged 10 points, 5, 6 rebounds, something like that, whatever. I saw enough to say, again, not number 1 overall pick. Holy shit, this is amazing. But I saw a kid that has a lot of potential going on.
Smooth.
So,
I say smooth.
So young and so smooth.
So young, and what surprised me about him was the defensive side, where I mean he's blocking shots.
He's got wingspan
with ease.
That's something he did do
Wow.
at Washington.
Yes, I mean he didn't give up. I seen a kid who didn't give up. If he made a bad shot, he didn't just look down and say, whatever. He got back on the defensive side of the ball. He's got a lot of promise. He really does. And
good.
I really like that part of his game.
His one-on-one defense, could obviously get better. But in terms of like help defense and being able to block shots, he could do that if he's chasing somebody down from behind. He does have that in him. I do think right now he's a little bit slow to process it in terms of what he's seeing out on the floor. Because sometimes I'll see him. He goes to that quick spin move, and then he's wide open. And instead of taking the shot, he kind of like pivots in the paint, and he's still kind of looking for it. So I think with more experience, obviously, he only played 10 games. He'll definitely improve on that. Slow to process, no pun intended there, by the way. So
I like that. I caught it.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say that, but I did. Okay. And the other thing, I would have liked to see him take some more jump shots to show a little bit more confidence in that. And I think he only attempted like 1 3-pointer, and it was at the end of a quarter. So I would have liked to see him shoot it a little bit. But other than that, I mean, the talent is tantalizing. He had a triple-double. And he's 19 years old. Yeah. So it's definitely there.
That's the thing, too. Like, Ben's 21.
Yeah.
Markelle, 19.
Yeah. So the talent is
Ouch.
there, and it's going to be dangerous next year when
As
he
to,
gets some more games under his belt.
As to not beat the dead horse thing, my favorite thing about him is just how he fits into the team. Like, you could tell the team loves this guy. Like, after he hit that triple-double off the bench, just the way the team responded to him and the way he fits in so well here. I think that's like not to sound corny, but that's probably my favorite thing about it is how well he fits in with
and plus,
this core.
Ben Simmons has already been through what Markelle's went through this year. Joel Embiid has been through what Markelle just went through. I mean, these guys feel for him a little bit. I'm sure you go down the list that everyone's dealt with an injury or something throughout the course of their career. And Markelle missed 85% of the season, 90% of the season.
60 games or something like that.
Yeah, in your rookie year when he's damn good and you can get out there and play. You've seen him in practice. His jump shot was crazy. He had the hitch in his giddy up. and now he's come around and things are looking smooth. So yeah, I agree with you, though. I definitely understand where you're coming from. I definitely agree with you on that one as well.
Got a question.
Bring
For
it. Bring
Mr.
it.
Fetq.
Bring it.
Our man Ari, what's up, Ari? Shout out Phantom
All right,
Sports.
yeah, what up?
Are you more excited for the draft or Sixers to beat up on Celtics?
Oh, definitely the Sixers, baby, absolutely. But I am excited about the draft as well. You know, I am a draft junkie. I've been doing a bunch of different film rooms for the not only my YouTube show, Bitter Birds, but also for the website. Posting the links up there, and you can go check that out on the PhillyInfluencer.com website.
Killing it.
Yeah, bunch of different. Prospects, tackle prospects, wide receivers, running backs, safeties, linebackers. Check it all out on PhillyInfluencer.com. Shout out to my man Brendan Albert as well, formerly of IMG Academy. So he knows what he's doing.
Damn right.
Hey, I got a good question here. That's what I want to think about a little bit.
And we are going to talk football in just a minute.
Yes,
so.
Sean Moore checking in. Where do you see Markelle Fultz 5-10 years from now? What type of player is he? Maybe, how about real fast a comparison? If you had to say one, who could you compare Markelle Fultz to? Who's playing right now?
Wow.
A smaller Andrew Wiggins, but maybe a little bit more talented.
Oh, you got Wiggins, huh?
And Wiggins' numbers are nice.
Because
like, don't confuse Wiggins.
The reason why
Wiggins
I say
gets a bad rap.
The reason
and that
why I
pisses
say
me off.
he does get a bad rap, but the reason why I say Wiggins is that spin move. Man, you are pissed off. You threw
Wow,
your head
I'm not
down
pissed-
with
no.
huge frustration.
Sean's loving him some
and
Wiggins.
I don't know what's going on with the Timberwolves or whatever. You know, I mean, they made the playoffs. They got great players. Cat, Jimmy Butler, Wiggins. I hear you, man. I get it. But, like, don't tell me. And this all came from who would you prefer. It was who's the better basketball player, Dario or Wiggins.
So this is where it came from.
This is where it came from. And everybody was saying Dario. And I'm like, dude, don't disrespect Wiggins like that. Fit for the Sixers, give me
Winless
Dario
for
all
Wiggins.
day.
Oh, sure,
Love
yeah.
Dario. And I
Yeah.
think Dario's a great player. I really do. But Wiggins, man, like, don't disrespect him. That's all I said. It was like, the kid can play. Look at his numbers.
I think
He does get a lot of heat.
I'm going to
I hear
get
that.
buried for this.
Bring it.
But I'm being serious.
You say you take Dario over Wiggins.
No, I'm talking about Markelle Fultz. I'm talking about
boy.
comparison.
Uh-oh.
I was thinking of a crazy one. I was thinking
I'm going Sean Livingston.
Livingston.
And I maybe, you know, only I'm looking at size, I'm looking at defense,
length.
I'm looking at the length. I just don't think he's ever going to be that Jimmy Butler guy that maybe we want him to be. And I think Livingston's more of a projected outcome. It's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think if you put him on a team that you needed him to go out there and be the predominant scorer,
I
think
like
he
that.
could
Yeah, that's a
do
good
it.
point.
But if he's in a 76ers uniform where they got all these guys, you know, still rolling together, you know, I think he's going to be just perfect. You know, like don't change a thing. Just continue to do what you do. You come off the bench, get in there and go score. Hopefully there becomes a time where he can be the number 2 guy with Ben Simmons out there on the floor when you need it.
Hey, another one. Larry Brickhouse. Does Ben Simmons have the potential to be the best Sixer ever?
Dude,
Ooh.
Well,
That's. I mean,
I'm not scared to say it.
wow.
I'm not scared. I mean, first of all, we're talking about Wilt here. That's
all about Wilt.
That's
He
why
can
I'm saying
he
well.
can never. He can never.
You know what I mean?
Like Wilt, you just can't top.
Okay.
Wilt's the greatest basketball player of all time.
So you go to the next 3.
but like,
over,
we don't
right?
ever-
over Michael Jordan.
I mean, come on, Wilt.
Well, no, at
Dude,
Sixer.
They changed the game.
Back Sixer.
No,
Oh, you're talking-
Well, he said all time.
of all time. They changed the rules because of this guy. Wilt was a freaking animal. He was so athletic. He broke records. I mean, you know, it's just not fair to compare the two. But
It's
then,
not because it's completely different era.
And then I think Bill Russell gets slept on as well, and he has what 9 championships.
Yeah, whatever he has.
So-
Is it 9 or 11? 9.
It might even be 11.
Yeah,
it might even be
I don't even
11.
know.
But you know, I look at it like Jordan. Obviously, you know, they're just different players.
Yeah.
Could Ben Simmons go down as better than Dr. J? Frick yeah, I totally say
AI?
yeah.
I agree with that.
AI.
I
Hell
agree with
yeah.
AI too.
And-
I think it's
and
going to be better than
I think Dr. J is better
Wait a
than
minute.
AI. I think.
No, I'm saying Ben's going to be better than Dr. J and AI.
Wow, that's.
I don't know, bro.
I think so.
I'm not going to AI
Well,
route
first
yet.
of all,
I'm sorry.
You said
think
could. The question was could. Sure, it
No.
could happen.
I don't think so.
It is asking a lot.
Listen, that dude, like no pun intended.
I
That
think
little dude,
Yeah.
okay, he changed the game.
You would take-
in the NBA and this town.
You think the AI is better than Dr. J for a Sixer? See, I think
See,
Dr.
it's so
J,
hard because you
yeah.
talk about errors and you talk
Yeah.
about we get in this all the time.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, Will Chamberlain, you know, different things they could have done. I don't know.
I
but
just think Dr. J was the best 76er besides Will, and then AI's right there. There's nothing.
I don't think. I listen. I notice. I'm not going. I'm going
If
AI
he-
still still going to
If
overtop
he
Ben
develops
Simmons.
that jump shot,
Well,
he's
that's-
going to be like unstoppable.
He is. You know it's going to happen.
Yeah. So we're looking at Magic Johnson
this
with a
kid-
jump shot.
This kid, Ben Simmons, is skinny right now. Think about that for a second. He is skinny. And I know people be like, no, he's not. No, wait till you see in 3 years what he looks like.
Do you think he'll ever get that
Look
type
at
of
LeBron.
shot?
Look at when LeBron came into the league and what he looked like 5 years
No,
after
you're absolutely
that.
right.
Ben
Remember, he went right
Simmons-
from high school, though. So, it's a little different, right? So, he was still a kid.
No, you're right.
Which, I mean, they're still kids,
No, you're
obviously.
right.
But do you ever think he's going to develop that kind of shot, though, that's going to give him that 28, 30 points a game?
He wants to be great. He wants to go down.
Listen,
to great.
I'm glad.
he
I'm
may
not
not-
trying to downplay it, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't see that.
Okay.
But
He may not add 3-point range to that shot, but if he can go, say, 18 to 20 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I'm still going AI.
he's just going to get his confidence every single year. He's going to continue to grow.
It's a good debate, though. It's a good debate to have.
It's awesome.
You know what I mean?
It's-
We ain't had this kind of debate in a long time talking
It's
Sixers.
interesting to think about.
I mean,
Like,
and
you know,
here we are, his first season. So we're not trying to get too crazy either. But, it was a good question. Shout out Unique, my man, checking in. I like that, Larry, with the question.
it's about the shot. If he develops it, I mean, he's. Oh,
Wow, all right, so there's a quick 50 minutes. And I got a bunch of stuff that I want to hit here. So,
Wow.
You want to switch up? Can we go NFL
Yeah,
now?
yeah, let's go,
Sure.
baby. Let's
All right,
go.
let's do that. Any last words? I'm sorry, I skipped you on that one. For the 76ers, best player of all time, Dr. J, AI.
don't-
You got a take?
I think AI is the best.
Aunt Mazziati.
I think AI is the best Sixer of all time. Well, Wilt.
Woo woo.
And do you have a take?
No.
No? Okay.
Cool. All right, good stuff. Now, I don't know why. I just dude,
What
you
was
give me toys. You give me toys, and I don't know what I'm doing with my life. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now let's have
no
some fun.
wine tonight either.
No wine either.
No wine.
You know why? I'm on frickin' meds. I've been doing the allergy medicine. Claritin's just killing me the last 5 days. Put it in my vein.
Yeah, so we made picks,
All right.
five draft picks, each of us, and we're gonna see who wins.
All right, so I would like to get everybody else involved that's watching as well. It looks like 9 people are tuned in. We greatly appreciate that. And if you wouldn't mind, you're watching out there, you're enjoying what you're watching. A lot of you have stuck with us this whole time. Greatly appreciate that. Don't mind sharing. Let the people know that there's a
Yeah.
pretty good sports talk show that happens here. We normally go Tuesday, but obviously the 76ers played last night, so we couldn't go.
Now we're obviously picking who we think.
Okay,
is
so
going
here's the
top
deal.
5 because there's a difference between who we think and who we think they should take.
So here's the deal. I have 4 pieces of paper in my hand. Obviously, 4 of us here. We all got together and wrote down, no matter the teams, it doesn't matter. You could trade, you could do whatever you want. 1 through 5. I did it because Jimmy Kempski got a lot of credit for his mock draft last year, 1 through 32. He only got like a few wrong. And this website that it takes records for all these people that post their mock drafts. I forget what it was. It's pretty cool. He got
should get in there.
Yeah, I was going to say, but this year, screw that, dude. It's tough. Good luck.
Quarterbacks is
Good.
Well, that's why.
I just said the first 5 picks. Tell me who the first 5 picks are going to be. I'll guarantee you're going to get something wrong. Anyways, so I'll go first, okay, as I bring it up for all of us. So for anybody that's out there watching right now, if you wouldn't mind, we bet a 6-pack of beer. Maybe we'll bet you as well if you get it perfect.
6-pack of IPA.
6-pack of IPA, something
yeah,
nice.
you know, a little-
Well,
I
the
got some-
losers buying the 6-pack.
Yeah, 6-pack
for us.
Yeah, exactly. The losers. I got some tired hands out there. Very good stuff. We'll have to break that out. All
So
right,
I'll
top
take a-
5 picks. Top
Silent
5
IPA, Tony.
I just take a Miller Lite.
tomorrow night. Top 5 players.
Top 5.
Who goes 1 through 5?
1
okay?
through 5.
Simple as that. Nice and easy. Doesn't matter the team. Just give me the names of the player. First of all, 3 out of the 4 have quarterback from USC, Sam Darnold. Darnold going number 1 overall. I do not. I have Josh Allen going number 1 overall.
Okay.
You buy that?
I am.
He is my number 1 quarterback.
Mike Mayock sold me on him.
I really like Josh
Mike
Allen.
Mayock said that he was more impressed with him than Carson Wentz.
Oh
Wow.
What's
Dude.
what's his hand size?
Dude, it's pretty good. Actually, Big Cat was comparing
Hand
that part of my
size.
take. Yeah,
Where's this
They're
conversation
They're always
going?
talking about hand
Yeah.
size.
Just, you know,
Well,
right.
because they say it's
Yeah.
like the NFC North.
The knock,
his
the knock,
thing is the
the
hand
knock
size
on
thing.
Josh Allen is his accuracy. The knock on Josh Allen is his accuracy, and when you look at Carson
Terrible.
And when you look at Carson Wentz, remember his rookie year, what he had to deal with his receivers, and the first-year head coach. Carson Wentz obviously struggled a little bit with the numbers. I'm saying the completion percentage because of who we had around him. Pro Football Focus has a stat called adjusted completion percentage, where they looked at Josh Allen and they said his accuracy would be fine if adjusted accuracy. So it's actually not as bad as you would think it is. I also think that deep ball accuracy that he has, I think he's really smart and he can lead a team.
I take that back. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry, Adrian. My bad. I'm just an idiot. I just put this up there. He must have changed something. Mike Mayock changed.
He got Darnold.
He's got Darnold, higher than him. That's crazy. Okay, well, he changed something then because Mike Mayock waits to Wednesday night before the draft to put it out. So he put this out, or yesterday. He put it out yesterday, I believe. After Josh Allen started playing and he had his pro day, he was blown away. That's when he said that about Carson Wentz. So I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I just pulled that up.
Darnold did have a fantastic pro day.
Wow, that's crazy.
In the rain too, right?
Yeah.
I'm still staying with Josh Allen. It just seems like a Browns move.
I think
he was like a Browns move.
he's boomer bust. He's the boomer bust guy.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a class where you're not getting great. You're getting really good out of Darnold. Whether it's Darnold, Josh Rosen, or who's the other guy? Baker Mayfield. But with Josh Allen,
Baker.
I think the
I love
potential
Baker,
is
too.
there to be a top 10 quarterback. But he can also bust, which is a huge possibility as well, which is why I don't have Cleveland taking him because I don't think they're going to
Just
go for the bust again.
Just for the record, I did this wrong. So when I put them, I was thinking of teams. My picks there are by team.
Doesn't matter.
But
It could
just
stay
saying.
that way. It could stay that
That's
way.
still fair.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there.
You can't, we just
I
top
know.
five
I'm
picks.
just.
Okay, so number 2, real quick. Saquon for Adrian, Saquon for Tony, Josh Allen for Ant, and I got Sam Darnold going number 2. Here's my theory. I think the Giants would be wacko to skip out on a quarterback.
I completely agree.
Number 2 overall.
Why?
You're never. When are they going to be this high again?
It was like with
Eli
Dallas
Manning's
too.
past his prime.
You got to get a quarterback.
It was Dallas was the same thing.
Unless
They
you don't
went
believe in
Ezekiel
these
Elliott.
guys.
I disagree.
If you don't believe in these guys, that's one thing. But
Eli's
you're the
got
number 2
3
overall
years. Eli's got 3 years of me. Where's the horn? He's got 3 years.
Eli's got 3 years. Did you watch him play this year?
Listen. Again.
Eli got 3 years.
Again, hold on.
I'll take Tony's back. Who is he
No.
throwing to?
Give them 3 years, right?
Yeah.
They will keep Odell.
Okay.
Okay, they will draft Saquon. Okay, and you say to me, maybe they sign a guy like Des Bryant. Okay, which sounds crazy. Okay, but Sterling Shepard's no slouch. Okay, the tight end, help me out, Evan Ingram,
Yep.
no slouch. So now all you need is a line, right?
Yep.
So if you have a line and you have listen, I think they can ball. And I think that Eli can actually be competitive if he's protected.
Okay.
I think there's no reason to this. And then by the time you're bad again, guess what? You'll be a number 2 pick again, and there'll be another quarterback there for you to take.
Wow,
I
I can't wait for this draft tomorrow. Okay, that's me. If you believe in a quarterback, you got to go get him there, number 2. I love it though. Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, Sam Darnold, number 3 overall. Ant has Baker Mayfield, Tony, Josh Allen. You got Baker Mayfield going 3, and I got Rosen going 3.
Okay.
Moving on.
I think
4.
Rosen's going to fall.
Do you?
I do.
A lot of people are saying that.
Yeah.
4 Chubb for Tony, Chubb for Ant, Chubb for Adrian, Saquon here. Cleveland ends up with 1 and 4.
See, if the Giants take a quarterback, Barkley's
Barkley
going
goes 4.
Yep.
And then I have Chubb going 5. You got Mayfield going 5. You got Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson
guard.
is
The guard from Notre Dame.
boom.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with a guard.
Love
Second
guard
best
talk.
pick, second best player in the draft. I
Love
think,
guard
behind
talk.
Barkley.
And then Josh Allen going to Buffalo for 8.
I think
He's
Buffalo's trading up to 5.
All right. Well, for the people that are watching, go ahead and toss your 5 in, man. I would love to see if you get it right because it's not easy.
It's
don't
not.
worry about the teams. Just give me the top 5 players that are called tomorrow in that draft. You get it perfect, we'll send you something. All right. How about that? I'll blow the horn for you. There you go.
There you go.
All right. So we're moving along. Any final thoughts on top 5? Anybody go?
No.
No, I'm good.
Adrian?
I just really like Baker Mayfield.
The Giants are going to dictate the draft, who they take. If they take a quarterback, I don't think Buffalo trades up. If they do take Saquon Barkley, all of a sudden you're looking at Buffalo trading up to with Denver. I think that's going to be a real possibility. And if the Giants also take Barkley, Cleveland might trade back too.
Do you think somebody would trade up to number 2?
Hell yeah.
I don't see why
No,
not.
what I'm thinking is, but do you think would the Giants be willing?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they'd be willing. I don't know if Buff you're looking at.
You know what I mean?
You got to go because the jump from 12 to 2.
It's big.
You're looking at both firsts.
Yep.
A first next year and like a second. I don't know what the trade
I'll let
chart
you in
number.
I'll let you in on my thought. That's why I had Josh Allen going too, because I think Josh Allen's going to Buffalo. I think Buffalo's
Buffalo
trading
trades
number
up.
2.
I like it.
I got her going
That's
to
why-
Denver.
I like it.
Trading with Denver. So that's
Okay.
what I have in my mind.
Either way, I think it's going to be very active tomorrow night.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
wait. Can't wait.
And
Just
then the Eagles are going to trade back.
yeah, I wanted to get that real quick, Adrian. If you could, you hit this here, or anybody else that jumps in on that. The Eagles at 32. What are they doing?
I think they trade back for a multitude of different reasons. Not just because they don't have a second and a third, but where you look at the positions that they need, tackle and linebacker, it's top heavy. And the tackle spot is kind of dire as it is. So by the time you make that first round pick and then you wait until the 4th, which is 100 picks basically, you're going to lose out on the tackle guys. You're going to lose out maybe on some of the linebackers. And there's so much talk about Darius Geis going to the Eagles at 32. Well, this is a class where there's a lot of good running backs. So in the 4th round, you could wait for a Royce Freeman or a Bo Scarborough, or if you want a multi-dimensional back, you can go get Mark Walton out of Miami or a Kareem Wadley out of Iowa. So there's a lot of different ways you can go at the running back spot. Linebacker, it's a good class, but it's top heavy. And after you get after a certain spot, there's a drop-off. And by the time you get to that 4th round, that's where you see the drop-off. And then with tackle, it's the same thing. So I think second and third, you try to get that from your first, and I think that's the way to go.
Okay. Anybody else thoughts on 32?
No, I was listening to Ray Diddy today say he felt that there would not be another running back selected after Saquon in the first round. So that's why he feels the Eagles should select a running back at 32.
Think about that. Remember last
Yeah, he picked
year?
Sonny Michel, didn't he? That's
Yeah,
what
he
wants?
likes from
Yeah,
Georgia.
Georgia. He's a stud. I like him.
He
a
is a
lot.
stud.
Get him.
He is a stud.
It's crazy though. Think about how long ago, like that year flew by. This draft was in Philly. Remember having the conversation about all those wide receivers going in the top 10 and didn't 3 go in the top 10 or whatever, and they didn't do anything this year in their rookie seasons. But crazy, man. It just seems like yesterday.
Yeah.
The Bears pulling the trigger
Trubisky.
on Mitch Trubisky,
Yeah.
which shocked
Moved
everybody.
One spot.
Crazy. The Eagles drafting Derek Barnett and hearing a little bit of the boos.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to talk a little about booing
Remember that.
and we close out of here in just a second.
That's because everybody wanted Reuben Foster.
Yeah.
And the thing about the draft night is we fans, we don't know what goes on at the combine and the medical. Because the medical is the most important part of the combine.
He had a bad shoulder, didn't he?
Yeah, and what they're talking about with Leighton Vander Esch, who is a guy that's been mocked to the Eagles, and he has been he has like a spine issue from what I think this was Matt Miller reported this from the Bleacher Report. And 5 teams have medically taken him off his board because of his medical. So that's something to watch out for tomorrow night as well. Does Leighton Vander Esch go in the first round?
I like that name. Leighton
Yeah.
Vander Esch.
And I like him too. He's a good football player.
All right, so Eagles, we're looking forward to that. We'll obviously be talking a ton about the Eagles and, when the Sixers end. And obviously Phillies are doing their thing. Hopefully they're winning tonight. We had a good pitching matchup happening down at Citizens Bank Park. Let's slide over real quick because we want to give them some I want to give them love. I know I'm not happy losing to the Pens, especially
either.
like they did. But there's a lot to like from this year. Provorov, Konechny, Ghost had a good season. He came back around. Yeah. G had a career year. You can now, if you can move him if you want, I think there's value there. His contract's pretty high, though. He's still getting paid a lot of money. I think.
I wouldn't trade him, but,
I don't know, man. I mean,
do you want to trade the heart and soul of the team?
At some point, you got to do something different, right? Was this year good enough for you? What's going to change next year if you bring everybody
We
back?
had this debate last week, didn't we? With
Yeah,
Drew?
I still wouldn't trade him. I don't think you're going to get the return you want for him.
That's fair. I'm not saying you have to
But,
trade him,
I-
but I think you got to get some new juice inside there.
Well, don't they have a lot in the pipeline?
I didn't want to, show too much of my hand, but I'm working on something with that for the site. Yeah,
Nice.
I think
There you go.
without giving too much away, I think they're going to a lot of the placeholder veterans that are in place, like your Brandon Mannings, your Dale Weises of the world. Valtteri Filppula his contract's up. I would be shocked if he gets re-signed. Manning's contract's up. I'd be shocked if he gets re-signed with the young defenseman they have. I just think next year you're going to see more of that youth, and I think that's going to.
Is that youth going to include a goaltender?
I was about to ask you,
Carter
all right,
Hart.
when does Carter Hart come up, and how good is
Better
he?
be next year.
Carter Hart will. His time in the juniors is up. He will be. I think he's going to start the season in the AHL next year. Let me back
Bring
that
him
up.
up to the big club.
Let me back that up. He's definitely going to start next season in the AHL. And who knows, man? If he's killing it, screw it.
But
bring him
doesn't
up.
Hextall
Why
have a
not?
thing against young guys? Like
I think it's
in the sense
Hextall,
that he,
the coach.
Or, he doesn't want to play real young guys.
Wasn't Cam Ward really young with the
Yeah.
Hurricanes?
That's what I'm saying.
Like he's been in the league forever.
Yeah, well, dude, they won the Stanley Cup in like 06, 05.
Let the
I
boy.
don't know.
What we got to
That
lose?
was Lavi's team though, so it's
Laviolette?
Yeah. No,
Lobby.
it's just
Lobby.
that's what's really holding back this squad a little bit. Every single season, get a goalie in there,
Oh.
Carter Hart. So I want to see him play. Why not?
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Talk a little bit about Couturier with his injury, and then we'll get into Simmons in just a second. But Couturier,
Couturieri's a warrior, man.
What the hell?
I don't know what a sprained MCL feels like, but obviously, like, dude,
Yeah.
he put up 6 points in 2 games on a sprained MCL, torn MCL, whatever it was. Put
a
up
hat
6
trick.
points, hat trick, 5 points in game 6. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm all worked up.
It's all good.
That's worked
He's
up.
gonna.
God damn.
I'm even killed, man.
That's
All right,
funny.
well-
That's funny. That's nothing.
Nah, so
Like 2.
I think he's. Nick wrote it when he wrote the article. He's getting an A next year. There's no way he doesn't. He's a
getting an A.
bona fide leader of this team. He's getting a letter on his sweater.
All right, and then Simmer.
Scarlet.
What
Scarlet.
the hell did we learn today about Wayne Simmons?
He's invincible. Like, I don't.
What?
How
Did he
I want
play?
to know how he put up 24 goals last season on what was it the pelvis injury? I don't remember what it was offhand.
don't remember?
But the pelvis, the ankle, the thumb.
This wasn't like an Onion article. It was really like he played with all these injuries. Like I thought it was
An
fake when I
Onion
was reading it.
article.
I thought it was fake.
Yeah,
they're like Simmer lost a leg. They sewed it on like at the All-Star
Yeah,
break.
I got it from Bill Meltzer. So I'm gonna see if
Yeah,
can
I
pull
saw
it up.
that. That's what it was. And
Yeah, Bill Meltzer, Simmons injury summary. Torn pelvis since training camp, likely needs surgery. Then pulled groin, then ankle fracture. 4 hours of dental surgery, then multiple tooth extractions. Then torn thumb ligaments, which was only injury he sat out to heal. So what happened was he was overcompensating because he had the torn pelvis, and that's what led to the other litany of injuries short of the thumb.
these
and
dudes
I guess
are
the
freaks.
mouth.
And then here we are saying don't play Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
No back to
Look at
back.
the mask and stuff.
So-
You know, it's like listen to these hockey players,
So there's-
dude.
Yeah.
Not a doubt in my mind he can come back and put up 60 points next year. There's not a doubt in my mind. Whether
Yeah,
he does
he
it in
doesn't get
orange and
traded?
black, that's what I was about to get to. Whether
Yeah.
he does it in orange and black is a totally different
Yeah,
story. But
exactly.
there's not a doubt in my mind he could put up 60 points.
He's
next
the only
season.
chip they have, really, right? I mean,
Let's also give a quick shout out to the Phillies.
Yeah.
Gabe Kapler turning it
Turn it right around.
yeah, where's all the Fire Gabe people at? I'm looking
Gone.
for them.
Oh, there's one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one right here.
No.
I was actually the one to say give them time.
Yeah, you
Give
have
it time.
Yeah.
Give it time.
I mean,
Long season.
the only thing that bothered me is when you called it a bullpen and there's nobody warming up. Like I'm just like, how does that even happen?
I
mean,
it's
you
No,
not-
it doesn't happen. I've never seen it.
There's a lot of other people that could have been
I don't
taken
know.
out on besides Gabe Kapler.
All right. Okay, so we hit the Flyers. It's good. Any last thoughts? Dude, you did a bang-up job. You and Caleb this
Thanks,
year
man.
getting down
Yes.
there,
Shout out,
covering the squad. Shout out to the Flyers for
Yes.
giving us a credential and allowing us to switch writers every single home game. Very, very cool by the Flyers because not everybody rolls like that. But we greatly appreciate that at PhillyOption.com. Nick, Caleb, everybody that really wrote something about the Flyers that did some talking. I know, Adrian, you did at the end as well. Tony doesn't have a clue. On
I will
hockey.
never talk about hockey.
That's all right. Play to your strengths, baby.
I know my cards.
I had to, I don't know. Well, I'll switch. Whatever. We won't talk about that. But Des Bryant, I had that down to. He said no to Baltimore. He might have wanted to come, and he wants to come to the NFC East. I know we mentioned it, but
Yeah.
pretty funny. Like, where's he going to end up? He's going to end up with the Giants. We said.
No, I think. Yeah, well,
That's what I think. But we'll see.
Or that's a typical Dan Snyder move in my eyes. But I was just saying, if he doesn't go there, maybe the Giants. But I think he's got Washington written all over him.
And NCAA. looks like they eliminated the one and done rule, so you can now.
Oh, they did. They did.
Did they? Right? I don't know.
I'll have to look into that.
I got to pull that up on ESPN. I thought they did, but is that a good thing? Did you guys want to see that? Did you care the one and done? Do you not want to see that? Do you think they should have to go to school for 4 years? What's your thoughts on that? Obviously, you can't force it.
I was excited at first because I was a big college basketball guy. Well, I am a big college basketball guy, and I feel like it's almost diluted the product a little bit. So
it said recommend an end to the one and done.
So they're going like back to the high school.
Correct.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like somebody was like, dude, did anybody tell Mark Zuckerberg he couldn't, start Facebook when he was like? You can't tell people what they can.
So now let me get this right and make sure I understand. So now we're saying that it's okay. It would be okay for you to jump from high school right to the NBA.
Correct.
I hate it.
But
I don't like it.
One and done.
I don't like the one and done thing either.
So what would you do?
Yeah, I know. It's something obviously you can't control.
Yeah.
Because
what do you want? 2 years?
I say, when can you go pro in football? You can.
Well, here's the problem though.
3 years,
but
because you can be a redshirt.
It waters down everything. It waters down the college game.
It could improve the G League,
okay,
or the D League, whatever.
Yeah,
I just G League.
It's a shame because I feel as though now
it's going to kill the VAR Balls League.
Well, not just that. I mean, not to get passive from it, but I coach youth sports and I see it. So this is what happens now. Now it's going to be, I just need to go to the NBA. Screw getting education. Screw getting this. Screw getting that. Let me just get to the NBA. Yeah. And I think that's the wrong message that we got to send to society.
I think
I really do.
I think college could step up and really entice them a little bit more and say, you know what,
we
want you to come. Or you know what else I was thinking too. Like if these kids, like automatically, no matter what, you get that 4-year deal. Like if you sign and I'm going to Duke, automatically you're going to go and you're getting that 4-year scholarship. I mean, like it's locked in. It needs to be locked in, and I don't know why it's not.
It used to be 2 years for the college basketball game.
I think it was 2 years.
80s.
Yeah.
And then they got rid of the rule.
That's kind of a tough one to bring up at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
But, I saw it. I had it written down. All right, before we get out of here, I wanted to hit something real quick, and I'm not trying to really talk about it all that much, but I know last night, a lot of people were bent up out of shape about Meek Mill. A lot of people obviously were supportive of Meek Mill. I happened to catch up with Stephen A. Smith. Please check out that video. Very cool of Stephen A. He gave me a couple minutes on Meek being released, and obviously the
Sean was sweating out there.
Dude, it was hot. It was hot.
Working hard.
Shout out Stephen A. Man, he hopped on. We were very cool, and I thought his words were perfect. But I want to bring this up. So Meek goes out there and rings the bell. And you can see Stephen A. really excited to talk to me right there. So Meek goes out and rings the bell last night. And I'm in the crowd, and everyone's going crazy. And obviously, throughout the course of the day on social media, there were people that were not happy. So I figured dude would hear some boos. I didn't think I was breaking any news or anything like that. I just said, people are going to boo. So he goes out there, and I'm not going to play it, so anybody can go out there and press play in the video, and you can hear for yourself. So Meek goes out there, rings the bell. And it's so loud that I don't even hear Matt Cord. Like, I just hear him talking, but I didn't hear his words. And he starts announcing Josh Harris, and somebody else goes out on the floor. It might have been Scott O'Neal. And he said, and Philly's own Kevin Hart. And then people booed. There is no doubt in my mind that people booed. Whether they were screaming, or if they were booing at Meek or it was Kevin Hart. It didn't happen until after Kevin Hart was announced. So my theory is Kevin Hart got booed. Okay, no big deal. But I put it on social media last night. They're like, dude, can't Meek have like a minute out of jail? Like, damn, take it easy on the man. We got to boo him like that? Because I heard crazy boos. I got killed when I put that tweet out there. People were like, are you out of your mind? What are you talking about? I'm at the game. And like, okay, dude. So I see like the first 6. I came back at the one guy, and I'm like, no, dude, I'm here. Like, trust me. I'm here.
Yeah. It sounded like Cheers on television.
Well, the funny thing is, I went and searched it today. Mark Farzetta was saying the same thing, and people were arguing with him. He said, dude, I heard a ton of boos. There was boos last night, okay?
Yeah. I mean, I believe you.
And
you were there.
I posted it, and what really irked the shit out of me is Kyle Scott.
Hashtag irk.
Kyle Scott from Crossing Broad comes at me like he never tweets me. He never tweets me about anything. There's never any back and forth. There's never, hey man, nice take or nothing like that. So I post that up, and immediately I think I just deleted it, and then I checked my mentions again because I was really interested. Did I get my freaking hearing checked? Like, I know he got booed. Somebody got booed. I didn't hear Kevin Hart. Somebody got booed. I just assumed it was for Meek Mill. And he was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like, I assume that's how he said it because I think it was.
I like the word.
And I'm just like, dude.
Body language.
I'm like,
Check.
like, come on, man. Like, and it's funny that you would reply to that tweet and then come at me like that and say, and I'm at the game. I'm at Game 5. I'm not trying to go back and forth on social media, and I'm not passionate about it. I'm not trying to die on that hill. Okay, so I took inventory. Everyone's saying, "No, dude, you're wrong." Okay, I'm wrong. I deleted it. I was happy to be wrong. I wanted Meek to have his moment. But I just was like, dude, everybody relax. Like, I was at the game. I'm telling you, people booed. I'm not trying to fight
People
that
were
fight
getting
now.
tense, man.
But yeah, people are upset.
People took it very personally.
They did. With the freaking White House visit and this Meek Mill shit.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, tap me out. Like, social media was ridiculous this week.
Cash me outside.
Cash me outside. All right, I just wanted to get that out there, man. And, I know that there was a lot of people that were like, dude, he's not getting booed. Like, all right, cool. But then I wake up today, and there were a lot of people saying he got booed. So I don't know what that'll happen, but there was definitely booing, and I'm pretty sure it's for Kevin Hart. Up to you. You go ahead and let us know what's on your mind about that. But other than that, man, good stuff as always, boys.
Yeah. And it was live, man.
Yeah, it was. We went an hour and 15 minutes here.
Loving it.
And it's hot as
Loving
shit.
it. It is.
Final words before we get out of here. Anthony Mazziotti.
Let's go Sixers.
Dude, we don't call him the best color guy in the game for nothing.
Was that how you get loud?
I got
Is that
nothing,
how you get
man.
hyped?
All right.
Let's go Sixers.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Jigsaw Cotillo. Last words, final words.
Final words. Let's see. I got a lot on my
Jigsaw
mind.
Cotillo, you're up.
But no, I am sticking with the Sixers. I'm sticking with the take. I'm sticking with the 75%. And I think that the
95%.
path has been laid. I really do. I think it's been laid out for us to go to the NBA Finals. And I do think we will play Houston. And I think we win in 6. And we're going to have another parade down Broad Street for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Did you just say that we're going to win the championship?
In 6. Throwing it out there.
Is that one of those heard it here first things?
Heard it here first. Jigsaw take.
Hashtag Jigsaw takes.
Jigsaw just said championship counted. Adrian Fedke, you're up.
Yeah, we spent like an hour on the Sixers, so I'm going to go Phillies again. I'll double up on the Phillies, showing Gabe Kapler some love. The barometer is this Arizona Diamondback series because, the Phillies have played a lot of these kind of shitty opponents, Marlins, who else they play?
The Reds.
The Reds,
The
yeah.
Pirates.
So yeah, I mean, sure, yeah, you're beating up on bad competition, which is a good thing, but I want to see them beat up on some good competition.
We'll see him play
now.
the Mets. Let's go.
Yeah.
They already did play the Mets, right?
They,
Didn't
they,
that was right in the beginning with the
lost
bad
two
weather.
games.
Yeah,
lost.
bad
They lost.
weather. Yeah.
So and the other thing is with Gabe Kapler, I like seeing. I mean, it's a little thing, it's a subtle thing, just having your pitchers go out a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But what I like seeing there is the lack of stubbornness that because Chip Kelly, big stubborn guy, kept going back to his offense and his scheme. Never derived from it. Never tried to change it. Never tried to tweak it. Well, with Gabe Kapler, he was like, all right, maybe I shouldn't be taking pitchers out after 5 innings. And Aaron Nola, the one outing, he went like 8 innings. So it seems simple, it seems stupid, but to not have that stubbornness, I think is a positive thing, and we'll see if he continues to keep it up. So
Go
Phillies.
Phils.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And last but not least, I'm going to go here as this thing is freezing up, as we've been going so long. It's probably so hot. I just want to give a shout out to everybody at the site, PhillyFuture.com, working hard. Everybody behind the scenes, Candace, you name them. Everybody inside this building. Nick Picone, obviously, and Dave Uram, who does a great job every week putting out his weekly hits. So please, man, check us out, PhillyFuture.com, as we continue to work hard. Shout out to 76ers, Joel Embiid. Let's keep it moving, my friend, and let's keep it interesting as we continue to win throughout the course of this playoffs, man. It's been fun so far. Let's not end this ride right now. I just hit Joel Embiid on the GIF. It's not coming up. That sucks because that would have been a perfect time to end. So I'm going to extend here. I'm getting
a revolving circle.
Lagging.
Somebody say extends.
Extend, yeah, exactly. All right, for Adrian Fedke, Tony Cotillo, Jigsaw Cotillo, Ant Mazziotti, I'm Sean Brace. Till next time, we'll talk to you. All right, peace.
Peace.
Later.